Welcome, listeners. This is the 44th episode of the Tempest Gamecast. We're happy to have you join us. I'm your host, Scrivean. I'm joined by my co-host, Harper.
Hello.
And our Guild Wars guild leader, Diemos.
Yo.
So how was you guys' week this last week?
Very
well,
busy.
I actually spent more time in real life than gaming this weekend because my family came to visit. So I spent a lot of time hanging out with them and everything. It was pretty fun
Always
and
a good break.
You know, that kind of stuff. So I was pretty busy with that. What about you, Dimos? What'd you do?
I did a lot in Guild Wars and did a lot in Firefall and
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people in TeamSpeak doing that.
Yeah,
Sorry, what about you?
it's fun.
I spent the week, let's see, last week I got my rogue up to 472 gear score so that I can get into all the looking for raids. And I would do more of them if there wasn't a
That's awesome.
30 plus minute wait. So, yeah, I log in and I'm like, yeah, I don't have 30 minutes. So, although I can do them, I can't actually do them.
You can't, queue up as a healer being a rogue? Just kidding.
Yeah, if I could do that, I'd be set. And then, other than that, then I was so enticed by Deimos and Cold Dread and all those guys talking about Firefall that I asked them to send me a beta key, and Lex sent me a beta key, and I had a great weekend and ended up getting a founder pack. So yeah, the game's a blast. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. It's really sweet.
Other than that, it was a lot of unpacking, and I would say the house is probably about 85% done.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's not too bad. I was working on the garage today, so getting stuff unboxed there. Yeah, so cool.
Oh yeah, Airhammer blames you, Scriv, for him buying his founder's pack.
They said it was all right. They didn't mind. They had it's a permanent 10% XP bonus in your squad if you're in it.
It stacks too, from what I've
does
heard.
it? See, I thought that they said that it does not.
Really? Because in chat
people
were saying like they were up to 40%.
Oh, maybe. Well, you know what? It might be if the commanders are in there, and the what's the low rank below that? Lieutenant? Is it lieutenant? Founder pack, something like that. That might stack. I know they said if you buy like a consumable that it won't stack with it.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Cool.
We'll see. Well, cool. Let's jump over into game. We got a lot of news this week, so here we go. Yeah. Gaming industry news. And here are your hosts with news from the games we love. So I can already see that I'm going to need to update that with our other games. You got to get Firefall in there and the other stuff, so that's easy to do. So let's go ahead and jump in with Guild Wars 2 as we do every week.
Cool. GW2 Guru had an interview with Colin Johannesson, the lead content designer of Guild Wars, and just a quick summary. It says it'll take a few months for guilds to unlock all the different guild missions. The bounty hunters are the first unlock. They're going to look at changing the prerequisites for becoming a commander. They talked about like some kind of voting system for the server or something. I don't know about all that.
Kind of like in Terra, the whatchamacallit, the Van Arc.
Well, yeah,
I
guess
think that
so.
would be more fair than just like saving up.
That would hurt the smaller guilds, wouldn't it?
Well,
or is it the people who prove themselves?
Well, see, that's the thing is sometimes when you go out to World v World, you'll see a commander who's just running around and everybody swarms him, and then he's not very effective.
And doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, they're trying to make it. What's that?
Is if they do it that way, if they have proven themselves, then people will vote for them because they know that they're a good person to be under and to follow in World versus World. So I don't think that that's a bad idea. Another thing I heard, Dimos, just a few minutes ago via Twitter is that they're going to do away with the paid tournaments. They're going to be gone completely. They're replacing them with free tournaments.
Wow.
Tomorrow, actually. So that's what they just announced on Twitter
now.
You
don't pay for them anyway.
Yeah, but the paid tournaments or whatever they call it, it's going to be gone. And if you have any tokens left, you can turn those in to get your chest and all that. but you will not have to use those anymore. Because they said that they were using that to kind of set up the ranking system and to get all that in place kind of as a buffer, so they wouldn't get inundated with people. And so now that there's a set system going and they're pretty happy with it, they're taking the paid part of it away. That's what I heard. So
that's weird, because like there's gear specific only for paid.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Like I said, they just put it up just a few minutes ago. So that's interesting. Check their page, because it's directly from Guild Wars 2. It's not from somebody else that linked it on.
All right, I will.
Yeah.
So they also said that player-generated content seems to be a big thing for upcoming games. Obviously, like Neverwinter and but Elder Scrolls is going to have something like that too, so to speak. So
and EverQuest next.
Oh yeah, definitely EverQuest next. So they're saying that the guild missions are designed as a step in that direction to see what players can do, even though it's not like, here's the tools to make a zone or a dungeon or something like that. It's just the beginning steps to see what happens, I guess. Also, the secondary goal is to just get people out in the world doing things together and whatnot. But there are some guild missions that will be out in South Sun Cove. That's the Lost Shores, so it's pretty dead out there right now. And so they're going to be bringing content to that. Leaderboards for SPVP are coming. They said soon, so maybe March. Definitely not February. The update tomorrow, I mean. And then with plans to implement them in other aspects of the game, they specifically said World v. World, obviously, to show server ranks in game somehow with the UI. By the way, we're 9th in the.
Oh, nice! That is so awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah, in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we went from 12th to 9th, so that's pretty good. In the World v. World update, one of the changes to help spread players out, they said, is they're going to be removing but they're going to change the setup for the orange swords, where instead I think it was like maybe more than 2 or 3 players would proc that. Now it's going to be like 25 players in that area. You'll only see the swords then. So, yep, that's it for Guild Wars.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I have to let you know, Harper, that this is wine that I am drinking tonight. So.
Wow! Cheers.
Yeah.
Gonna help you sleep, huh?
Looks like grape juice.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. It's a nice Cabernet Sauvignon grape juice aged a little bit. In World of Warcraft, 5.2 is moving closer. We still think that it's the first week in March, but it could be the second week in March. Basically, you look at MMO Champion and all the other websites, and it's pretty much balancing stats, abilities, boss mechanics, and loot. And that's pretty much what they're doing. They talked about, there's a blue post talking specifically about Undasta, one of the new world bosses. And what they're saying is they didn't want him to be kind of like Galleon. And they said the problem with Galleon, is that he spawns too close to Half Hill, which is really a hub for a lot of players. That's right there by the farm. And so he was always readily available. They had reduced the spawn time. He's there only every couple of days, I guess. And so what they're doing with Undasta is he's going to be there on a little more frequency than Galleon was. But one, he's very difficult, and you kind of really need to be in a coordinated raid that's talking, like TeamSpeak kind of stuff. And also...
For an open world boss?
Yeah, and he's going to be... in a more difficult area to get to. Kind of a wait. It's like the only reason you're going to really go to that area is to look for him. There's not really... And it's a little more difficult. So
maybe
they want to make him have that world boss feel. If you remember the old dragons kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you have to fly there, and since the level, 90s can only fly...
You can fly, can you?
In Mr. Pandaria, you can't. I mean, if you're 90,
I didn't think you could on the Thunder Island. I think it's...
Oh, on the Thunder Island.
You can't go there because it's phased by your progress on server progress.
Oh, that's
I could
right.
be wrong. I didn't think you could fly.
No, you might be
I know
right
Greer's
about
been
that.
playing PTS, so he could probably correct us.
I wonder if he's in the chat room. Let's see.
So
No, there's not a Greer here tonight.
we jump over to Neverwinter, and I know Harper, you've got some information. What do you want to talk about real quick?
Basically, I was just going to kind of give the schedule about who's going to be into the next beta. The next beta is March 8th, and so far the only information they're giving is who's actually going to be allowed in this time. It'll be the founders, both the Founders Pack purchasers. I know that some people were confused as to whether or not that both Founders Pack will be able to get in. And
Guardians and Heroes, right?
Yes, Raiders the Elite Pack is going to be able to get in because there were a lot of people asking that question. Torchlight 2 pre-orders will be getting in, and lifetime members of Star Trek Online and Champions Online will be allowed in this time. That's all we know so far.
There was a dev blog this week, yesterday, I believe. No, it was 3 days ago. 3 days ago. Yeah, they talked about the mounts.
Yeah.
So
are those all cryptic games? The Raider Z's and stuff?
I don't know if Raider... I'm assuming... Is it now?
Or is it what,
Champions
Perfect World? Or whatever it is?
Might be Perfect World.
Yeah, so, I think that one is.
Yeah, they talked about mounts, and they say they pretty much see them as like a speedier way of travel and status symbols. So they're reaching into the iconic Dungeons and Dragons mounts as rewards for a number of facets of the game. And some of the mounts are only going to be, we've seen this in other games, some of the mounts are only going to be available depending on what facet you're involved in. So they're going to be PvE specific mounts, PvP mounts that you're only going to get through PvP. I mean, you can have them and ride them wherever. And even they're even going to have a set of mounts that are specific to people who get, they're still working on this one, high ratings on their Foundry missions, the player-generated content. So if you continually generate quality content, you have a chance of getting a mount, or 2 or 3 or whatever they come up with.
That's pretty cool.
Kind of good.
I wonder what determines that. Like a certain threshold, or
player
is
ratings.
It like player
rating system.
Yeah.
Tight.
Every time you finish player-rated content, there's a couple things that pop up. One is you get to rank it from 1 to 5 stars on how much on different parts of it, whether you enjoyed it, well-written story, whatever,
the
flood,
difficulty,
difficulty, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's a decent amount of incentive, man.
Well, the other thing that's kind of cool is that if you really like the content, there's a thing there you can click tip the guy who wrote it.
Really?
Yeah, so you can get in-game money if you write good quality dungeons and stuff, then you can get money from it. Now, one of the things
that wasn't available to y'all yet, right? The Foundry.
No, and it's not going to be available in the next one either.
Oh, okay.
No, you can do Founders missions, but they're written by the developers.
Yeah.
So,
and the Control Wizard will be the next class unlocked for the next beta.
The two-handed the DPS warrior will not be available yet.
Right. So that's pretty exciting.
Everyone's going to be playing Control Wizards this time.
I will. I'll definitely want to try it.
At least for the 9 hours it takes to hit 30. I didn't see a new level cap, so.
Oh yeah. You know what? I hope that they do. That's the one thing I was waiting to hear.
Yeah, because we're into the That was the.
I hit 29 on my cleric, so.
Not patron class, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, I hit 29.
It's like your heroic level stuff.
So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about Foundry missions, is it basically a player-made dungeon, or is it a mission quest or something?
It's a quest, and it's supposed to be indoor-outdoor. You cannot create dungeons right now, but it's an indoor-outdoor mission. You can say whether they're allowed to have mounts. You write the script for what the NPCs say and do and how they act.
Wow.
Supposedly it's pretty robust tools. I mean, when you get to the login screen, basically you just click Foundry instead of character, and you go straight into the set of tools. So it should be pretty good. And they said they are going to watch something they've experienced. I don't know about Champions, but I know in Star Trek, with players making exploitable content. So you go in there, and you have 2 sets of NPCs battling each other, and your mission says defeat the centaurs and defeat the dwarves factions, defeat all of them, and you get this awesome reward. But the way that the AI is written is that those 2 are fighting, so you can sit back and do nothing, go AFK, let the 2 factions fight it out and kill each other, and then get the reward.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're going to be watching for those kinds of things. The devs will be watching, and then they're going to.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all.
They're going to have a place for players to report those missions, and I don't know what's going to happen to the players who are making them. I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid because I don't know. People are going to exploit and try to get the best stuff.
Of course.
But it seems the main part of this game is going to be when you get to end game. Is yes, you're going to have the content that they make, which may include 10-man raids and 5-man instances and doing those kinds of things. But the biggest draw is going to be this Foundry, the player-made content. You're going to find the guys and gals who are great authors and come up with great missions and campaign. I mean, supposedly you're going to be able to develop like the pen and paper Dungeons and Dragons campaigns. So these are like a series of missions and quests that may take like a month to do.
Right.
So I don't know.
Cool.
I mean, yeah, but some dumbass is going to exploit it. So,
Yeah, probably.
Of course.
In Terra, EnMasse has announced a guild recruitment video contest, Diemos, last week, and it runs through March 6th. The winning director and guild will receive a Radeon HD 68050 Vapor X 1 gigabyte graphics hard drive or graphics card.
Wow.
And then the guild gets 500 extensive Alcahest and 200 spellbinds, which is pretty expensive, but it's in-game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty cool that they're doing a contest where the guild actually wins a bunch of stuff and the individual actually wins something separately, so that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And now there are some limitations on the video. It can't be longer than 75 seconds. The guild name and server have to be in the video, and you can't give random shout-outs to any other guild or any individuals. It's all about recruiting for your guild. So I thought that's pretty cool. And the reason I bring that up is we'll talk about it in This Week in Tempest, is we have some renewed interest in Terra now that it's gone free to play.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah.
So how about our next new game, Harper?
WildStar. The development, they had something called the Arc Ship last weekend, which were a bunch of, I don't know how they recruited them. I don't know that. So I'm not, but a bunch of people were in one room playing this game together. And so the developers were in there with them and got to talk to them and answer their questions about what they ran into or their concerns or that kind of thing. So it was a pretty hands-on approach to alpha testing, basically, which is kind of cool. And so the team lead kind of addressed some things, and rating, there will be rating 20 to 40-man raids, and you will get to go on normal or advanced, I think is what it's called. So there's going to be some skill levels involved in that. There will be PvP. We don't know very much about that yet, but there'll be instance PvP as far as we know, and that's kind of really all about that. The release date, of course, they're saying we won't release it until it's ready, but they're really hoping for 2013. So I would say probably the last quarter, I bet, or maybe in the summer, because they haven't even let us beta test it yet. And that's their main concern right now.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. So WildStar is the one that had that pretty intense
combat mechanics.
Was it mechanic, or was it also the skills and abilities that kind of spread out all over the place? Like there's a lot of different specialization, or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like even like the mobs and stuff don't have to be bosses that do crazy stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean the game sounds tight. I mean, 20 and 40-man raids, that's pretty ambitious if that's going to be their limit.
Recruiting on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but, I mean, with the mechanics in place,
right? Isn't WildStar, is it being set up for esports as well? I know Firefall is.
I
don't know. I don't know about WildStar yet.
I don't know if they'll release with the 40-man raids, but I bet you they'll at least release with the 20-man raids. But who knows? They may have them both. And also instance housing is another thing that they are.
The housing sounds amazing.
It does.
Off the hook.
It sounds really
anyway, how's
cool.
it crafting? That's what pulled me into Firefall.
Yeah, I don't know.
Besides blowing stuff up.
I haven't heard anything about crafting, to be honest.
Yeah, me either. And I've scoured.
But I like the pass system too. That's a pretty neat aspect. But yeah, I mean the rating thing sounds a lot. With the combat mechanics, it actually sounds very unique. And like I said, I think it was last week. It said I read somewhere where they had said that they want to change the whole mentality of rating, where it's on the fly, I guess they'll change the mechanics of a boss or something, so it's not just learn the dance
That's cool.
and
I like that.
figure it out. Yeah, so pretty cool.
Well, a couple more games going. We got SWTOR this week. Put Update 2.0 Rise of the Hutt Cartel on the PTS. Full of ability changes, updates, new operation called Scum and Villainy, of course, with the Hutts. Finally, PTS character transfers are in after 15 months after launch.
That is insane that they just now are allowing you to do that.
The level cap is being raised to 55. New skills are being added. There are 4 flashpoints that are getting 55-point versions, hard mode versions. And also, at this point, their achievement system is coming in, which will be a legacy achievement system for meeting various whatever things that come in. I'm assuming it'll be, like any other achievement, but we'll see. Players testing it.
Dolphy. I was just gonna throw out. Dolphy has been like updating the crap out of her site with SWTOR stuff.
Really?
They actually have. She's got screenshots of all the armor sets for the new tier of rating and PvP.
I'm going to be going to Dolphy.net.
Yeah, they look
Does it
good.
look Star Wars now?
Huh?
Does it look more Star Wars now? Instead of
there's a lot of Star Wars up on there.
Cirrhosis just said you can even have one new skill that you can squeeze on your free-to-play action bar.
On your one bar. They actually relaxed that. You have more action bars now.
Oh, did they?
That's a good one.
Yeah, they caught a lot of flack for
that was the dumbest idea. That's the worst.
They've had a number of dumb ideas.
Yeah, like releasing a game.
That's the worst thing you
ready.
can make people pay for, though, man. What?
I know.
Say, come on.
We want to play your game. Okay, if you want to play our game, you got to pay for each part of your UI. You want to know how much the mob's health is?
Don't play with them.
You want to know if you're going to die or live? Yeah, you're going to have to pay something.
Don't worry about
for
party
that.
frames. You don't need them. You don't need it.
Right. $2 party frames.
Just throw a heal.
$10 for
Use
raid
your
frame.
AoE heals.
So, all right. Players testing on the PTS can actually go talk to a respective fleet person. It's on the fleet. You can talk to an NPC who will boost you up to 55. Basically, I think they're not really testing the missions and stuff. Their missions are pretty good, so I think they don't want to give away storyline and that kind of stuff. So, but I know there are not. I don't know. I'm pretty sure from everything I've seen, heard, or read that the class stories do not continue. But there's a overarching story that takes us from the end of our class story forward. So, Secret World Cirrhosis. That's right. Me and Cirrhosis are going to be there because we're the only two playing this game periodically.
Yeah.
All right. The Last Train to Cairo Issue 6 will be released in the beginning of March. It's obviously set in Egypt, as you would expect. The Aten cultists are acting up. The story weaves through both of the Egyptian zones. And apparently, it's going to be finishing with the grand finale on top a battle on top of a moving train. So that should be pretty cool. And of course, it's Egypt based, and to keep up. Right? Well, yeah, to keep up with their whole theme. What would you expect in an Egypt based when you're going to get a new Ox weapon? What would it be? You're going to get the whip. So.
No way.
Hey, yeah, nice. You get a whip. Whip is a weapon.
Maybe I'll play now just so I can hurt people with a whip. That'd be awesome.
So it'd be pretty cool. So that'll give us four Ox weapons now. So we started off. We've got the first was a rocket launcher. Second was chainsaw, and then the third one was the whatever the hell, it's a magic device thing made by Sozix, and then it's and I meant to say Sozix, in Sozix's scrapyard there, and then this one will be the whip. Sozix doesn't watch this, so and if he did, he'd probably be flattered.
Is this the first?
Sure.
Yeah, he would.
Is this the first downloadable content patch?
Sort of. 5 was the first downloadable, but if you bought the game before the end of the year, you got it free. So if you just now are buying the Secret World, then you'd have to buy 5. You could get 1 through 4 free, but you'd have to buy 5. So 6 is basically, yes, it's the first one that's under the system of everybody's going to have to spend points to get the content. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's one of the reasons I'm pretty happy with the Lifetime is it's kind of like playing a first-person game, or I can hook up with it for a co-op. I can hook up, and Cirrhosis and I could run in and go, hey, let's go hit these missions, knock out the missions, and then, be satisfied, accomplish it. I mean, the missions are still fantastic stories, and then, jump back into other games until the next issue comes. So it's like continual, it meets that need for a little bit. So it's pretty fun. So cool. I still haven't tried out PvP, the new PvP stuff, so... Also coming with this issue will be a veteran system, which I'm not really sure what it involves, but it's a recruiting overhaul, and I think it has something to do. There's some guild stuff being reworked as well, so and some token reworks as well. So you won't have all those tokens from all the different zones. You're able to convert them into one, I think. So
Tight.
Now, Godmocker found some interesting information this week on the Elder Scrolls Online. They've had these blogs or live feeds, whatever called it, Ask Anything. I know a lot of different games do those kinds of things. And he said that the inventory, they talked about the inventory is going to have multiple sort and filter options, so it's not just auto sort the way they want. You'll kind of be able to define how you want to do it, and then you can also filter it as well. So you can only, if you're looking for crafting mats, then it'll only show crafting mats and those kinds of things, or tab it out to crafting mats, something like that. The game is going to be fully voice acted. So everyone you meet and interact with will be voice acted.
Well,
fully voice acted.
Is that a Skyrim thing? Oh, I mean, is that?
It was. But the guards were guards wherever you were for the most part. They had a set 5 scripts, 1-line scripts or whatever that they would talk to you about if they didn't have quest stuff. So, but I mean, again, it's a different company, so you never know.
So fully voiced though, that's like Star Wars, right? Everything is gonna have a cutscene.
Don't know if it's going to cutscene. Skyrim didn't have. It
was just a voice.
You just interact with them.
Okay.
When they talk back. You answer. You answer. You click on the answer.
Oh, that's neat.
And then they talk to you. So it's just instead of having the wall of text, they're going to tell you what they want. So I don't know. I'm kind of mixed. I like it sometimes, but sometimes when I'm hurting to do quests and get through it, I'm like I can read it faster than you can say it. I got the key points. I'm out of here. We'll see how many people space through those as well. They said there's going to, for those who are curious about the wall of text and you want the lore, there are going to be hidden books and scrolls and stuff spread just like the other Elder Scrolls games throughout the world for you to kind of piece together the lore of what's happened in this time period. So that's kind of cool.
That is kind of
you will be able to choose your armor inventory. So you can. They say, although it would be the best choice to be, of course, to be a tank, would be to wear heavy armor. But they said it is possible if you want to be a leather-wielding, crossbow-wielding tank, you can do it. But you're really going to have to min-max your stats. You know what I mean? So you're going to be like, I'm going to be a rogue tank. Then you're really going to go for the evasion, the dodge, the parry, those kinds of things. They said you can do it, and it will be far more difficult to do. If you want the easy tank, heavy armor, shield, one-handed weapon, you're good. Go for the rogue tank or the assassin tank, yeah, you can do it. So it'd be kind of cool. So it looks like that the classes are there's not really going to be, I guess there is classes, but there's not really, you're not tied into the typical archetypes. So, which would be kind of cool. Which is, one of the big things everyone likes. And there's a lot of other good information there on the Elder Scrolls site.
Options are awesome.
Options are great.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Anyone have any other news? Because there was a lot this week. All right. I want to say real quick, thank you to Cirrhosis and Raffies and Airhammer and a bunch of the guys who have donated recently with the PayPal.
You.
Yes, you're greatly helping with the guild expenses. We have a big one coming up is May, is the big TeamSpeak server. And I'll be talking to Diemos and the other leaders on whether we're going to stay at 50 or decrease. We'll see. Because we've got some other games coming out. The money goes to home website, TGC website, TeamSpeak, Player of the Month, giveaways, which we want to do some more giveaways. Help support Tempest Guildcast as little or as much as you want. Basically, you support the guild, but we just turn it right back around and support, all the players. So we certainly appreciate it. So let's jump over to This Week in Tempest.
This Week in Tempest.
And we'll go back to Guild Wars 2 again.
Sweet. Well, Tuesday night, we cleared explorable Sar's Embrace, and then we grabbed Akimoto for his first explorable dungeon, AC.
Oh.
He was about level 40-something, so yeah, it was good. He's already 80, by the way. He went through it no time.
I'm not surprised. He's a maniac.
Yeah,
So.
he's
He'll be
yeah.
he'll be really
And what did you wind
open
up
house
playing? Was
soon.
it a Guardian?
No, he went with a
Warlock?
Necro.
Necro.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Okay, good for him.
Yep. Instead
I
of
Did
go.
he ever get on TeamSpeak?
Yeah, he's been on a few times.
Dang,
I talked to him the
I
other
gotta say
night.
hi next time I see him.
Yeah. He usually gets on, especially if he's in a group or whatnot. So instead of COF on Thursday night, we decided to clear Explorable TA, and then we went back in on Friday night. I decided, hey, why don't we do all three pass and clear them all out
Oh,
one night?
nice.
So we did that,
Very
and I
nice.
think a few people, I think it was Aki and Q, they might have been able to pick up a weapon or two off of that run,
Very
so that
good.
was good.
Cool.
A Sunday night, or a Sunday, there were groups formed up throughout the day, and they were running AC Explorable, COF, and Honor of the Waves. And then just wanted to throw out next week, the patch starts out tomorrow, and I don't know if everybody's focus will, obviously want to do the new stuff. So we have COE scheduled for tomorrow and Thursday. But it's cool either way. I've scheduled guild missions on Friday because we are going to have to research them first before we can just jump into it. And and I'm hoping Friday night is a good night. Everybody can try to make it for that. So
Usually
Give me an
there's a
extra
good
night to
turnout.
start building some thumpers while you guys are away.
yeah, I queue up mine every day.
I need to. How about you, Harper? How was WoW this week?
Well, it was a tough week. Although we are still, 4 of 6 and Heart of Fear, we do not have all the bosses on farm, and that was really blazingly apparent last
3
week.
or 4?
4 of 6.
Yeah, we have 3 of the 4 are pretty much on farm.
Well, not 3, maybe 2. Maybe the first 2.
And the 4th, we one-shotted him. He was easy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he is. The third one's a
That's
real
just a 3 out
tough
of
one
4.
still.
Garland's a pain in
Yeah.
the ass.
I think what we'll have to do is really
I just leave it locked out.
yeah, we're going to do that, but we also need to kind of talk about, redoing some of our stuff, I think, kind of thinking about how we're going about certain things and maybe changing it up a little bit to really push us through. I don't know, but we'll see. But, everyone's holding it together and everyone's trying. Nobody's like, yeah, Garland's a jerk. That's right, Cirrhosis. Yeah, everyone's holding it together and really trying, and no one's like being nah. Everyone's got a great attitude, so that's what's keeping us afloat, and we just need to continue that to get out of that hellhole. And I hate that place so bad. I really do.
I know. I want to get into Terra's.
I know. Me too. But
I think
anyways,
we might, this week we might down the last 2.
yeah.
I'll be optimistic.
So, maybe you never know.
Well, if you guys down the what's his name tonight? Or are you doing Mogashan, aren't you?
We're doing Mogashan tonight. We're
Okay,
not even
never mind.
gonna.
So tomorrow night we'll do Amber Shaker. We'll down him.
Yeah, I think so. I think
We're
if
in
we
third
can
phase.
spend
Did
some
we get to
good
third
quality
phase?
time on them, we can get it.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's basically it. Greer's keeping the lockout, so we're going to continue on and move forward with it.
And
And
said it'll be almost impossible to talk him out of the lockout from this point on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'll
I
probably
just
do that.
I just really yes,
Just
I
get
need
through it.
stuff.
I just want to
I
clear.
need-
Well, the other thing is
yeah.
you get the feat of strength if we get it before the patch hits. So if we down finish the instance before the patch, when the patch hits, everything's nerfed.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you want to do that too.
I don't know.
And if you finish
I
Heart of
can-
Fear, you can do Terrace.
Right. If we by keeping the lockout we can progress, but then we don't get the loot.
We don't.
You know.
At this, we don't. We're seriously. If you look at our gear score, we're every website says it. Basically, they're telling me when I log into them, why are you guys still doing normals? You should be doing heroics. We're geared to be doing heroics. We just have mechanics issues.
Yeah. Yeah, we did really good on the first 1, 2, and 4, but Garland was really a pain. So,
So, well, like I said, Tuesday we'll be in on the Amber Shaper, and it should pay off. We should get in there. So, it should be pretty good. So, How about Firefall, the hottest game in Tempest right now?
Yeah, let's hear about Firefall.
Well, I think a lot of people are pretty happy with it now that they've seen it. So what do you think about the cartoony aspect? Does it seem as apparent when you're playing?
It does.
Everything goes by.
The player. Well, I think, but it's only the character.
Yeah.
It's not really anything else. It's just the character, and it's kind of a cool thing to do. But I mean, the gameplay is a blast, and I'm already finding myself wanting to log in and to just drive around and try to find the best resources. I'm hoping
because I want to drive around in that damn mount. That is a nice mount.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm starting to get the hang of being able to control it if I knew where the roads went.
Yeah.
I think the big thing is I'm hoping there's an auction house, and that's the only thing I'm looking at right now is I don't see any indication that there's an economy at all.
Yeah, I could see why though they wouldn't do it. Kind of like how Diablo 3. A lot of people said that it sucked compared to 2 because it had the auction house, where people could just, get the stuff off the auction house. Thing is, crystite is the in-game currency, and the minerals we use are crystite also.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. But I mean, yeah.
It would be nice to at least trade, though. I mean, I don't know. But
if you could trade in your army, that'd be fine.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Just quick rundown here. This week we met up and we saw throughout the day, night-ish, we saw up to about probably 10 members try out the game. I hear Quist really likes it, so she even bought a commander pack.
That's what I heard too.
So, yeah. We grouped up and had a lot of fun learning the game together. And unfortunately, the servers were taking a huge hit Saturday night. Probably, after 10:30 Eastern.
It was horrible.
Yeah, the crafting UI and the tech trees, they were basically unusable.
What was that?
Quist said not, that she did not buy the packs.
I thought everything I saw her talking about was playing FF.
Exactly.
Right.
Is that not
But
Firefall?
you're missing the 14 on the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
thought
and
that
Raph
was some
needs a
kind of
beta
smiley.
key.
I didn't know what it was. Okay.
Raph needs a beta key. I just wish
sent
it
her
wasn't
one.
migraine inducing to me.
Did she not get
It's
it?
I don't think so, because she
I
said
sent
that
one.
she said she didn't. She asked for it.
Okay, I'll check again.
Watching the footage from y'all playing, it's making me dizzy just watching on the screen. So I know I can't play it.
Fast. It's very fast.
It was fun. It's fun though.
It was fun. From the beginning up until I think right when we called it a night, or at least I did, Kelske and I all lost our advanced thumpers because we were just pushing ourselves, I guess, and doing just crazy stuff, especially near the melding. We should have been setting up a lot better there, but it definitely hurt me in resources because I got on the last few days to start crafting stuff again, and it's ate a hole in all the resources I've collected. So I got to build that up. But hopefully, once everybody starts unlocking their tier 2 frames and starts getting their craftables up and stuff, we should have a lot of fun with it, especially in the meld and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Air says he's in XP Valley right now.
What's XP?
So
Valley?
whatever. I have no idea. I'm just sharing that with you.
I don't know the location specifically.
It's where you drop a thumper and they're all funneled through one entrance?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's a valley. Yeah, and there's a bunch of those dinosaur mobs and stuff like that around there, I think. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and if you haven't tried it, if you can handle a shooter, the gameplay is pure shooter. If you're not into a shooter, don't try the game. But if you want to give it a try, the crafting system is amazing. It's just insane. So it's worth a try. It's all free. I got keys. I can give unlimited beta access to 4 people. So
yeah, I think I've got 3 left. I'll resend to Raph, and I sent Isaac one as well. So I will do that, and if anyone else needs one, get in touch with me as well.
Absolutely.
In Terra, what? This week in Terra? Cogolith. Kojiro has stepped up and is in the process of reviving the Terra Guild on Tempest
Yeah, I'm
server.
working with them trying to
Really?
get that set up.
Yep. Since the game has shifted to free-to-play model, there's actually a few weeks back, there's some interest has jumped back up. We've got about 5 or 6 people, which is about what our casual games are, waiting to jump back into our first action combat MMO. Godmocker has returned to Terra as well. He's leveling an archer, but he's over on the PvP server. He hit level 20, and I think he's 26 now, as of today. So as this moves forward, I'll be working with Kojiro and his leadership team to help design appropriate, mark significant awards and stuff. And I know he'll be, hopefully Diemos as well, to help build the leadership teams up. So if anyone's out there is interested in Terra, get in touch with Kojiro
Or me.
forums.
Because right now I'm the only one that can invite. So, and I do have it on my machine and I log in. So if people want invites, just apply to the guild in-game and then I'll just send you an invite. So until I put in 2 emails to them and I have yet to hear any kind of resolution. So I'm just waiting to hear
I think
back.
Kojiro has one in as well.
Yeah, but I had to do it after he did.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got back into the game, so
Okay.
yeah. So that's what I'm waiting to hear. They need to promote me to lead, so then I can get him in and promote him.
I thought you're not lead.
No, I'm second in command.
Who's first?
Unholy.
Of the Alt Guild?
No, this is the real guild.
Oh, okay. Well, the Alt Guild
Yeah.
has 75 members in it.
Well, he was wanting me to do the real guild, so I'm lead of the alt guild. So
Okay.
it would be
That's fine.
easier if we did it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
So, well, maybe if I see him on, I'll talk to him about it because that would be much easier than I could promote him to lead for there.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how about Tempest this week? Diamos, I'll pop the awards up as you go through that.
Cool. All right, so again, thank you, Cirrhosis and Coldred, for making those donations. Congrats on your award. Y'all. Oh, yeah. Also, Coldred is the February Player of the Month, so congrats on that.
Congratulations, Coldred.
Well
Congrats,
deserved.
definitely.
Yep, well deserved.
Yep. And then a belated grats to Tickleman for getting his gladiator rank. I was a little bit slow on that one, so grats to you, dude. And then longevity awards were today, actually. Smoke and Death and Bonanza have hit 6 months in TGC.
Yay, I'm so glad.
Yep, definitely.
Congrats, guys.
So cool. So how about tip of the week?
My tip of the week is basically if you're feeling burned out from playing, take a few days. You'll appreciate your games a whole lot better. That's what I did this weekend, and yeah, I'm ready to go again. So just, if you're really feeling burned, don't push yourself. I mean, the game's not going away. Whatever game you're playing, take a few days, just do some other stuff, and I guarantee you will either miss it or not miss it at all, and then you'll know that you're wasting your time by playing. But I miss my games. So, anyways, that's my tip of the week.
How about you, Diamos?
All right, I just want to say, with all the dungeon runs we run, I find it much easier to get the dungeon weapons using the dungeon tokens to whatever. I mean, you got to nail it down to what stats you want, of course. But I crafted an exotic dagger over the week, and that was a pain. It really was. So, yeah, if you want. If you know what type of weapon you want or a specific gear, definitely just let us know so we can get you in there and start collecting those tokens.
Sounds good. My tip of the week is, as I look down at my menu bar, on my windows down there, is if you're playing multiple games, especially in a gaming community like this, you can make it a lot easier on yourself if you go in and remap all the keys to all the different games to match. For the most part, a lot of the default keys we mapped, I for inventory or B for bags, depending on that is, but you have to watch it, like Secret World through the browser command in there. But if you look at the commands, some of the other games coming out, like Neverwinter, are defaulted to something that's different, like your 3 commands are QER. But you can actually go in and reprogram all of that. So, I mean, I use a G13 controller, but if you're using a keyboard, is to reprogram all your games so that they do the same things at the same, with the same kinds of keys, and you'll find yourself, it'll be much more fluid when you jump into the games. I did it with Firefall this week. You know, I talked to Diemos, and I was going into Firefall, and the first 10 minutes were me mapping every single ability that they have in the game to what I'm used to doing in WoW and Rift and Terra and all the other ones. And then boom, I was in the game, and I've had no issues on movement, inventory, or doing any of the other stuff. So that's my tip: is remap all your stuff. Take the time and do it.
Yeah, I've been trying to map. I've been trying to map sprint in Guild Wars 2 and a dodge roll in Firefall. So, oh yeah, and jump jets in Guild Wars 2. I want to climb some shit. Excuse me.
That's fine. You guys have any last thoughts? Do we have any questions from the chat room? Comments?
Any questions, comments?
I know you guys got a raid. That's the wall we're against.
Yeah.
All right.
Good luck on your raid.
No. Yeah. Good luck on the raid tonight, guys. Here we go. Ending credits. And I told you, and I promised them, and here they are. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight. You can leave any feedback on our website, tempestgamecast.com. You can send an email to tempestgamecast@gmail.com. And you can follow us on Twitter @TempestGamecast. You can also follow us on Facebook at Tempest Gaming Community. If you're interested in joining the Tempest Gaming Community, you can visit tempestguild.us. Our recruiting videos and a host of other videos are on our YouTube channel, Tempest Game Community. We hope you guys have a great week and enjoy your time gaming.
Oh, Scriv, before we go, they're asking for the hat. And there's some even crying in the chat if you don't show them the hat. Do you have it unpacked?
I have it.
Here we go, guys. Stay around.
Well, I don't understand what the thing is with the hat. Here we go.
I don't see you.
I've got the hat. There you go. It's my Karaga's Palace hat. Okay, it's my pet battle hat.
Okay, we can't see you, though. There we go. Yay! Woohoo!
Karaga's Palace.
You guys remember the hut?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
like
that.
Okay.
I remember
Kind
that.
of like that. All right, go back here. All right, have a great week, everyone. It's been a fun show.
Later.
All right, we'll see y'all. Bye, guys.